And all eyes are on Jared Goff. He's looking for a milestone 5,000-yard season and maybe a little hardware come February as well.
It's the Lions and the Bills.
And it's coming right up on EA Sports.
Welcome in, everyone, to this presentation of the National Football League on EA Sports. The final 4 weeks of the NFL regular season is upon us. Welcome to the home stretch. Welcome to the booth. Mike Tirico with Greg Olson. Partner, it's week 15. Just feels like a horse race. We're at the top of the stretch. Now it's the sprint for home.
And up until this point, Mike, every team's goal is, can we be in the conversation for the playoffs in this final 4-week stretch? Where here we are. And if you've done that, well, man, there is nothing more exciting than playing NFL football at the end of the regular season when you're in playoff contention. But for those who aren't, this is where you have an opportunity as a player to extend your career. Get invited back to training camp next season. A lot of teams' years are made at the end of the year, and a lot of individual players' careers are made down the stretch here in these final couple weeks.
The Lions, led by Jared Goff, chanting his name during the playoffs in 2023 in Detroit. Far cry from the trade from the Rams to the Lions, second in the league in passing a season ago.
To say he found a pretty good rhythm last week, I think, Mike, is a little bit of an understatement. I mean, he single-handedly accounted for 30 points after throwing for 5 touchdowns in last week's win. He had a couple of interceptions, and those are obviously concerning, but it's a little bit easier to live with the picks when you can get that sort of production out of your passing game. Look for him to keep slinging the rock all over the field, cut down on the turnovers. He can do that. He expects to lead his team to another victory in this one. And another great throw right there, Mike. And when you take a look at the numbers, they certainly don't lie. He has just been flat out terrific in this first half. His ability to spread the ball around, take what the defense has given him, they've certainly had a lot of success here early on.
First carry now for Jahmyr Gibbs. And they'll take this down inside 35.
And what a start to this drive. A little bit of everything. First, you get the explosive pass to start it out, and then you follow it up on the ground, picking up good yardage. The ability to weave back and forth as a play caller, it just puts so much pressure on the defense.
Goff to throw on first down. Brought in by the tight end, Sam Laporta. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Recognizing the blitz is just the first step in the process for a quarterback, understanding who you can account for with the protection and then who you can't account for. That's where your hot receiver comes in. He points to his receiver who the defender they're hot off of. That guy comes, gets the ball out of his hand, and results in a completion.
This opening drive has been a good one, but will it continue? Here's a test on third down. They're going to try to run here with Gibbs.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this fourth down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
What a call on this opening drive. They're going to go for it on fourth down. They'll try it now with Gibbs. And he's going to have the Lions first down. They managed to convert. That'll keep the drive alive.
Little test of wills up front, huh, Mike? I mean, who wanted this one more? Who would get off the line quicker? Who would drive the other side backwards? Pretty impressive that not only are they the ones that won the battle, the defense knew what was coming and still couldn't stop it. Up until that incompletion, they've done a really nice job on this drive, Mike, picking up fresh sets of downs. And typically, throwing the ball on first down is a great way to do it. But now they find themselves in 2nd and 10. Do you keep it in the air and try to get the first down here? Or is the idea to just make third down manageable and take your chances picking up a key third down? It may not have moved the chains, but with what they were dealing with there on 2nd down, that's a really nice pickup because now it opens up your play call sheet on 3rd down where it's a little bit more manageable.
And he's not going to get the first down. They met him, brought him down in the backfield on 3rd and short.
That's a great job defensively. The goal of every defense in the NFL is to accomplish one of two things: turnovers, force field goals. In this case, the big 3rd down stop is most likely going to lead to the latter. Really nice job there in the red zone.
On 4th down, Goff. That's going to be intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Terrell Bernard. And he's going to give his offense a short field to work with as they look for their first points of the game.
It's not often, Mike, that everything breaks right for this type of return off of an interception. But boy, is it beautiful when it does. I mean, look at the defenders just flip around and become blockers, trying to spring their guy to the house. Great athleticism, some great moves on his part. I mean, he's going to have some of his offensive teammates looking over their shoulder for their position.
So, out come the Bills and the face of the franchise, 28-year-old Josh Allen. Year 7 already with Buffalo. The last 4 years, over 4,000 passing yards in each. The man who makes this team go.
A lot of things jump off the tape when you watch last week, Mike, but it was really just the overall execution of the game plan that stuck out the most. I mean, not only to get them in the end zone a handful of times, he protected the ball, and he routinely exploited the weaknesses that they found during the week on film. He's going to be looking to do the same thing over these next 4 quarters. If he's successful, we're going to have a shot to leave here with another win.
To throw is Allen. He finds Likely, his tight end. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
Every once in a while, it just comes down to you need somebody in the huddle to just make a play. And it wasn't a whole lot fancy here. The quarterback just dumps the ball down, a quick underneath completion, and then really it's the yards after catch that did the rest. And that's what it takes. You're not always going to have the perfect play. You're not always going to dial up the perfect play against the perfect look. Sometimes players need to make plays, and that was a good one there.
A good spot here, 2nd and a yard. That's Palmer, the man in motion. To throw again, it's Allen. And they'll pick up the first down, a gain of about 4.
One of the easiest ways to negate these really good pass rushes in the NFL, Mike, is just to simply get the ball out of the quarterback's hand as fast as possible. And sometimes it's by design, sometimes it's based on need. But really nice job there by the quarterback, getting into the hand.
Oh, in trouble. Down he goes.
The best thing they did here, Mike, is keep their rush lane integrity. What that means is you have to rush the quarterback as a unit. Keep him in the pocket. Keep him on that X. And when you do, man, he becomes a sitting duck for this pass rush.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the gun, it's Allen. Oh, got him again the 2nd time with a sack on this opening drive.
If there's one positive remaining, it's the fact that they're still in scoring position. But with the way they've been able to move the ball down here in the red zone, they're thinking 6. But after that last sack, their chances of converting here for a touchdown have gotten a lot more difficult.
Work to do following the sack. It is 3rd and long. From the gun, Josh Allen. The ball comes out. The Lions have got it. He's to the 40, to the 20. And he is going to bring this one back. They force the fumble, and it leads to a defensive score. Greg, what a terrible play for the offense. You're trying to gain some momentum. Here you not only lose the handle of the ball, you hand the defense 6 points.
And Mike, how often do we see that when a player loses the ball, his confidence is not far behind? And I think in this case, that's where the coaching comes in. Put your arm around him. Hey, we're giving you the ball in this next possession. We believe in you. They've got to get this player back into the flow of the game after that back-breaking turnover that led to the defensive touchdown.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions will take a 7-0 lead. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. To return, here's Daquan Hardy. And he'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. So Allen and the Bills getting set for their next possession. And the numbers have looked good this season. Case in point right here, right up there among the NFL leaders in touchdown passes. They go play action now. Here's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. Here's 2nd and 9. From the shotgun, it's Allen. He's looking deep for Shakir. Oh, a lot of chances on that one. It was bouncing around, but it falls incomplete.
His offense is doing everything they can to quiet this crowd, and even though they missed on that long attempt, at least it sets the tone that they're going to continue to attack. If they can come up with a completion on one of those downfield passes, it's going to go a long way to settling themselves into this game.
And he'll be stopped short of a first down, and that will necessitate a call to the punt team. It's 4th down.
When you're willing to throw the ball short of the sticks on 3rd down, you know what that tells you, Mike? The decision to go for it on 4th down has already been made. If you're able to pick it up with yards after the catch, great. But if not, it's a 4th and short, and you give yourself a realistic shot of converting on this 4th down.
The Lions offense ready to take over as we check out the playoff race in the NFC. Still plenty to play for as the temperatures dip and we hit the final month, the money month of the season. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. And he'll get forward for about a yard. Matt Milano there to stop him. There you get a look at his numbers on the ground a week ago as a part of their victory. Here's a 2nd and 9. From the gun, it's Goff. It is caught left side by St. Brown.
And those numbers tell a lot of the story of this first half, don't they, Mike? I mean, it's easy to see why he was a central piece in this game plan, and he makes another grab there to add to this growing stat line.
So, from the 39, they come up on 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. Looking middle, and he's got Brown. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
This is already a little better than the first time they had the ball, Mike. Remember, opening possession, 3 and out. Showing some signs of life here now. Nice pick up there by the back to pick up the 1st down.
A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. Open man, it's Jamison Williams. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy as someone they needed to get involved early and often, so that might be his first target. I don't think it's going to be his last.
On first down, it's Goff. Right back to Williams. They connect again. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
Receiver just finds himself in a really nice groove, and there's these weird times in the game, Mike, where it just seems like every ball comes your way, every play they call, you're wide open, and you just find yourself in one of those grooves that athletes talk about. So they got to continue to ride the hot hand, because right now on that field, there's no mistaking who it is.
And hold on to that football. That is a big one. It is catch number 150 on the season. Never been done before. Michael Thomas of the Saints set the prior mark in 2019. Number 150 here eclipses that. And that's the catch that puts him over the top. He has set the NFL record, the most receptions in a single season. On first and 10, here's Gibbs. And he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play.
Coming off that edge, Mike, you have to quickly determine, is this a pass or is it a run? And once he realized it was a run, he's able to shed his blocker, make the play, no gain.
A second down throw for Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And he will score. Amon-Ra, St. Brown. Touchdown, Lions. Touchdown number 15 for him on the season.
And that was just a great drive, really from start to finish, Mike. You could see the play caller just really finding his rhythm, mix in run, mix in pass. Results in the touchdown pass, but really everything they did, the entire possession worked to perfection. When you can sustain the drives like that and come away with touchdowns, man, that goes a long way towards establishing your identity for the rest of this game.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Hardy now with the return. And their drive will begin at the 30-yard line. The Bills offense ready to take over once again. They trail by 2 touchdowns, so the time is now. Got to get that rally going. It starts with first and 10. Now the first carry for the younger Cook brother. This is James Cook. And that'll be good for about a half dozen. It'll set up second down. You get a look there at his numbers on the ground from a week ago. They'll work now on 2nd and 4. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He is knocked down hard. Wow, they stopped him in his tracks, but he does have enough to pick up the first down. Now Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
It's so early in the game, you have to be careful now as coaches and players that you don't find yourself trailing early and get out of your game plan. There is so much time left. Stick to what you've worked on all week. There's plenty of time to chip away and see if you can make this thing close come the fourth quarter.
Allen going to give it to Cook. And he is going to be stuffed well behind the line of scrimmage. That play going absolutely nowhere.
Well, as been the case this entire first half, it's been the defense that's really carried the load for this team. Some offensive struggles, but they've done more than their part, coming through again with another big stop for a loss.
And he's going to be swallowed up again. Back-to-back runs, back-to-back losses. Now it is third down. So they'll talk over what to do on this third down play as we have hit the end of the first quarter. It's the Lions who have the early lead. And we are back to the Motor City in a moment. Two runs going in the wrong direction, and now it is 3rd and 15. Throwing is Allen. They'll set up the screen to Cook. And he'll be taken down, but they are in business inside the 30-yard line.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win, and that's exactly what he did here.
On first down, it's Allen. And he'll get about 8 on that one. Most of it coming after the catch. It's 2nd down. Here's Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Similar to a tight end, the slot receiver is often considered the safety blanket. He makes all the difficult catches, tends to be a little bit more around the line of scrimmage, and so far today, he's certainly lived up to that reputation.
Line of scrimmage is the 15. It's 1st and 10. On the zone read, a handoff here to Cook. And the defense right on that. I don't know if keeping would have done any better. No gain on that one.
Just watch the speed of the pursuit out of this safety on this tackle, Mike. His ability to play from depth and attack the line of scrimmage and meet that ball carrier in the hole and keep him to no gain. You don't see a lot of safeties able to make that tackle in the open field. That's pretty impressive.
And the Bills are going to have a 1st and goal coming up. They try to finish off this drive with 6 points.
This has been a great drive, and mostly at the hands of the man with the ball there. He thought about pulling the trigger on that one, thought better of it, decides to take off with his legs, and now he's going to have 1st and goal.
Allen. That's to the end zone, but they can't connect. It's incomplete.
The defender saw this the entire way, Mike. He actually ran the route before the receiver even got to his spot. I think they're fortunately this one didn't end up getting picked, going the other way.
We'll go again from the 3. It is 2nd and goal. Now it's Allen. He's got it at the 3.
Really well done here by the defense, Mike, executing this zone defense, and they've got to be able to pattern read. You're not just going to drop back to a spot and just play like a robot. Based on what the receivers do off the line, the defenders have different rules of where their zones move to. Well, they had that one dialed in right from the jump, and they were able to stop that play really before it got started. Defensive coaches preach every day, Mike, swarm to the ball. Get as many hats to the ball carrier as possible. And this is a great reason why. The ball carrier is able to make the first guy miss, but it was the pursuit from the rest of the defense that's able to get him down and keep him to no gain.
They're going on 4th down. Oh, the blitz gets there. He is sacked, and they will turn it over on down.
And here we have a real gutsy call here, Mike, early in this game offensively. I think you're giving up a surefire field goal attempt, but at the same time, you're demonstrating to your players, hey, offense, I have a lot of trust in you, and let's see if they have this same approach as the rest of this game plays on.
That's Amon-Ra St. Brown and the rest of the Detroit offense heading out for their next possession. He's been filling up the stat sheet on a weekly basis, hasn't he? You get a look at where he ranks in terms of receptions by a wideout. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Pass complete, it is St. Brown. And he's going to get this up to the 22-yard line.
The thing that jumps out to me the most, Mike, is just how often the quarterback is able to throw the ball to his first read in the progression. So hats off to the play caller. Him and the quarterback seeing the game through the exact same set of eyes, and there is a lot of room to operate.
Right back to St. Brown. They connect again. That's a nice pickup on a first down throw. It's a gain of 8. Another catch from there. Numbers starting to stack up in this one. Closing in on 100 yards, and we're still in the first half. They'll come to the line now on 2nd and 2. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Now Gibbs. And he tries to get back to the line of scrimmage, but will not happen here. He's going to lose a yard.
When you can get this level of run support out of your secondary, Mike, man, what an advantage for any defense. This defensive back clearly reads run, gets off his block, and he's able to take down the back for a loss of yards.
And the defense can't come up and stop there. Gain of 7 and a first down.
Well, a little unconventional play call here. You don't traditionally see the screen game used on 3rd down at these shorter down and distances. But in this case, they catch the defense off guard, they timed it up well, and the back is able to convert and pick up the first down.
That one never got started. Too much defensive pressure. They dropped him in the backfield.
Every team makes an emphasis on winning first down, but as a defense, when you're able to take them back for a loss, 2nd and long, you can really become more of a pass-centric defense and really tips the scales into your favor.
That's over the middle, complete to Brown. And it'll be taken down after a gain of 9 and 3rd down. Coming up. To throw is Goff. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And he will have the first down. The drive will continue after a pickup of 8.
He's in a really nice rhythm here on 3rd down. He appears very comfortable operating out of the gun, and he's able to find his man near the sideline, and he's able to extend this drive.
They'll break the huddle. Coming up now for 1st and 10. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. Trying to find somewhere to move forward, but nothing going. Tackled for the loss of a yard.
Anytime the running back is forced to chop his feet in the background and never get to top speed, you know that play's not going anywhere. And that's exactly what the defense was able to force here by getting penetration. Great job there, stopping this play before he had a chance to even get started.
Well, he's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up 3rd down. Goff to throw. He'll get this one complete to St. Brown.
Let's add that to the list of great throws we've seen out of this quarterback here in the first half. We thought he might be in line to have a good game, especially against this style of defense. But let's be honest, Mike, he's been more than just good. He's been sensational.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff to throw on 1st down. There's that man again. Another catch.
I think the rest of those receivers in the huddle have all come to the realization that they might not be getting a target anytime soon. And frankly, I don't blame them. I mean, they're riding the hot hand, and rightfully so. Until this defense proves that they can stop him in the passing game, I expect the quarterback to just continue to go back to him time and time again.
And he won't quite make it to the pylon, but he's out of bounds right around the 1-yard line. He's had a lot of success throwing the ball early. Look at the numbers. Already up over 200 passing yards. This has been some kind of march downfield. Now, can they pay it off with 6? It's 1st and goal. Here's Gibbs. Powering forward. He's in. This defense continuing to give up points. Greg, you've been on offenses like this. This has to feel great when you're on a roll like this.
And it's really twofold, Mike. First and foremost, just like you said, every offense in the league works all week. We want to start out fast. We want to establish some early rhythm and play our style of game. They've certainly done that. Now, on the flip side, what does it do to your opponent? It takes them completely out of their game plan, knowing this early in the game, they're chasing points.
So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Hardy now with the return. And this will work out quite well. He'll get it all the way out to the 30-yard line. Bills offense back onto the field as you take a look at the playoff race in the AFC. And there is still a lot to play for. Every game is critical. Teams fighting to play one of the 7 playoff spots that are up for grabs. They'll throw on first down with Allen. He'll find his running back, Cook. And he's close to a first down to gain a 9. Nice pitch and catch on first down.
Great example of first down efficiency. You don't always have to go for the big play, but put yourself in a friendly second down. Now you have equal opportunity to both run and pass.
To the tight end, Likely. And they'll get him down after a gain of 5, but that is enough for a first down.
Just take what the defense is giving you. When you can stay ahead of the chains and just take these easy pitch and catch throws underneath, hitch routes, quick game, now it puts you in a lot more favorable down and distances to eventually attack this defense a little bit more downfield.
Now Allen on first down. A toss, left side, caught by his running back. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. They face second down and 7. Throwing again, it's Allen. That's to the left side where he's got Kincaid. And they'll take this down inside the 35.
It's been a rough first half, but now as we approach halftime, Mike, you got to start getting some wins, and it could be something small like we just saw here. Some positive plays, build a little confidence on that sideline, so as you go into halftime, you have something to build on.
Set to go now on first and 10. They'll go play action here with Allen. That's to the rookie from Florida State, Keon Coleman. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
There's this misconception out there, Mike, that in the NFL, you have to run the same amount of run plays as you do pass plays. And as you're seeing in this drive, you can fall on one side of that coin a little bit more as long as you're able to remain effective and efficient. So far, their passing game has dominated here early, and that last pickup leads to a first down.
Oh, they are on him in a flash, and he's lost the football. The Lions have got it. Past midfield. Inside the 30. What a big play from the defense. The long fumble return. It sets up first and goal and gives the offense terrific field position.
And the only thing that play was missing, Mike, was the defense being able to return it all the way for a touchdown. So give credit to the offense. Being able to hustle, getting back there and tracking that guy down, at least it gives his defense now a chance to keep them out of the end zone.
Jahmyr Gibbs and the Detroit offense set to take over again. And with the season winding down, thoughts turn to postseason awards. You can't avoid the conversation. You'd have to say he is at least among those who should be considered for MVP. On first down, it's Goff. This one caught at the 4. And he's in. Jamison Williams. Touchdown, Lions. Bates now for the extra point. It's up and through. And the Lions are able to extend the advantage to 28-0. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Hardy now with the return. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. So now here comes the Buffalo offense heading back out onto the field. They'll try to get this a bit more respectable before the break. It has not been their half to this point. Let's see what they do on this drive. First down now. In motion, Shakir. On 1st and 10, it's Allen. And the quarterback scrambling, maneuvers his way back to the line of scrimmage, but that's all he can get out of that one. And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack.
If this quarterback's offensive line had as much fight as he does, I don't think they'd be in this situation to begin with. I mean, it's not even halftime here, Mike, and they've already given up 6 sacks. At this rate, I'm not sure they're confident their quarterback's going to make it out of this game in one piece.
So, backed up after the sack, and now it's 3rd and long. On 3rd down, they go with Cook.
The defense is willing to just give up that run every single time. I mean, they're going to leave guys as far back as they can to protect the sticks. And in this case, flow to the ball, make an open field tackle, get off the field.
Here's Jake Camarda now, as he'll hit this from just outside of his own goal line. And good coverage by the punt team. They stop him before he can get any return cranked up. 1st and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll get this one across midfield. Brought down after a pickup of a half dozen. So we've reached halftime here at Ford Field, and the Lions have the lead. As we'll send you down to Orlando now, where Jonathan Coachman has our EA Sports halftime report.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. More from you and Greg in a moment. But first, time for a look around the NFL to see what's going on here and what's already been an eventful afternoon of football. We'll get started out in Denver, and it's the Broncos who are out in front. Bo Nix with a touchdown throw to Cortland Sutton. From there, we head over to the West Coast. Check out the Niners at home at Levi Stadium. And they were victorious in that one over the visiting L.A. Rams. Brock Purdy, 4 touchdown passes in the victory. Finally, let's get to Philadelphia. Check on the Eagles at home at Lincoln Financial Field. As you can see, the score there in the second quarter. Mac Jones with a couple of touchdown passes. The Lions got a very strong performance out of their quarterback, Jared Goff. He fired his guys into the lead with 2 first-half touchdown passes as they were looking like a well-oiled machine in the first half of play. The highlights from the first half, all one-sided. This one got out of hand early, and now you have to wonder how these teams will approach this second half, because this one's already close to being in the bag if it's not already.
All right, Coach. Thank you. 2 very different halftime speeches by these head coaches, that's for sure, as we get set for half number 2. Very one-sided first half of action. Will we get a turnaround? Let's find out. The third quarter is underway. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. The Bills offense and Josh Allen head back onto the field. And as we take you back through the highlights, there aren't many of them from a quarterbacking perspective. He's been unable to sustain a lot in any of these drives and does not have a touchdown pass to this point. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. Receiver in motion, headed left. Throwing now. Allen here on 1st down. That's to the left side and taken in by Coleman. They'll come up now for 2nd down and 4. From the shotgun, it's Allen. And that's going to be incomplete. Coverage was good that time. The contact jarring the ball loose and forcing 3rd down. From the gun, Josh Allen. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
So here in the second half, it's obvious the offense finds themselves in a tough spot, trailing by this many points, but really what makes it difficult is when you have to operate, Mike, in a comeback situation where you have to air the ball out every single play, it stresses your offensive line, it stresses your quarterback, it stresses your playmakers. It is just a really difficult way to play offensive football in the NFL, and they've got to do it really for the remainder of this half.
The Lions offense, Jahmyr Gibbs, set to get back on the field. And they love to find different ways to get him the football. Look there. He comes into this week 2nd in the NFL in receiving yards out of the backfield. Goff going to throw here on 1st and 10. It is caught left side by St. Brown. That's a nice pickup on a 1st down throw. It's a gain of 8. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's a handoff to Gibbs. Gibbs with a 1st down and more. And he's going to be taken down on the other side of the 50-yard line.
There's a combination of footwork and vision, his ability to kind of weave through traffic and understand where the holes were. It's a really nice job working through some bodies and picking up a big gain.
They'll come up here 1st and 10. Once again, it's Gibbs. And he's going to be taken down. Not so easy this time. They drop him back behind the line. It's 2nd down.
Number 1 rule of run blocking for the offensive line is you don't want to allow penetration. It just doesn't give your running back any angles to cut and find the hole. It's exactly how it played out here. They've got to do a better job holding the line of scrimmage and not getting pushed back.
To the right side, that's St. Brown. Down to the 10. And he will get into the end zone. Amon-Ra St. Brown. Touchdown, Detroit. 2 touchdowns for him in the game. And 16 on the year. What a job to finish the play with a touchdown. The catch and carry, and the carry part, Greg, that was the most impressive there.
Well, you said it, Mike. The catch was nice. But it's what can you do after the catch that really separates guys in this league. And in this case, he did plenty because it ended up in a touchdown.
Bates, good, with the extra point. And the Lions stretch out this lead even more. It is now 35-0. So after the touchdown, It's Bates to kick this one away. Hardy now with the return. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The Bills offense about ready to take over once more. And look, they've been out of sorts throughout, Greg. They haven't had any answer for this pass rush all game.
Yeah, and it's really showing up in the sacks and also just in their ability to prevent any yards, any completions. This has just been a dominant pass defense performance here, and everything starts with the rush. The quarterback's uncomfortable. The clock gets sped up. He's got guys in his face. It's a lot easier to play defensive back, and in some of these coverage units, when you know that ball's got to come out fast, and right now, they're teeing off and taking advantage of it.
6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down. A run with Cook. And the woes in the running game continue. They're going to subtract yards there. A loss on the play.
With how fast they were all over that play, you almost wonder, Mike, was there a pre-snap tell? Did they know that play was coming? Because I'll tell you, that defense was on it from the start.
They go play action now. Here's Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And they get this one across midfield to the 47-yard line. Here's 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Cook. And a nice run. Get him about 9. It'll bring up 2nd down.
This just shows why you can't count on just one guy to take him down. He's a powerful enough runner. You gotta have guys coming in support when that first hit is made. It takes a team effort to stop him, especially once he gets going.
Off the play fake, here's Allen. And he got rid of that one quickly before the receiver even knew what was going on. That's incomplete. James Cook, the intended target. And it'll be 3rd down. Play action. And he's going to go down yet again. He has been under fire all game long. That's Carl Granderson in there to record the sack.
This has been a masterful game plan defensively. I mean, not only have they found their mismatches and been able to exploit them, it's led to 7 sacks so far. I mean, even when the offense seems to make an adjustment, Mike, the defense just still seems to be one step ahead of them.
This one angles out of bounds, and the mark comes inside the 15-yard line. So Jared Goff and the Lions offense getting set for this next drive. And we show you some of the highlights, and there have been plenty to choose from. 3 touchdown passes and some other big-time throws as well. Certainly dialed in and on top of his game right throughout this one. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On 1st and 10, here's Goff. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. A 2nd down throw for Goff. He's got Laporta open on the left side. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down. Out of the shotgun, it's Goff. This is intercepted. Picked off by Taron Johnson. And he's going to be brought down. What a turn of events here. He has given his guys 1st and 10 in the red zone.
So this is where an offensive play caller needs to come to the rescue of his quarterback, because this defense, they're onto you. They've got 2 picks. They're starting to pick up on your tendencies. They're shifting guys over to counter them. Now you've got to add some wrinkles. Now you've got to throw them a curveball and try to shift back some of that advantage to your side of the ball.
So they come to the line for first down and 10. From the gun, it's Allen. That's to the end zone, but it's incomplete.
They let a golden opportunity slip away on that one. That's the matchup that they wanted. They just couldn't quite capitalize on it.
In motion, Shakir. On second down, here is Allen. That's taken in by Shakir. And they'll get about 8 out of that one, but still a little work to do now on third down. Out of the gun, here's Allen. To the end zone there, but it is incomplete.
Teams practice these situations all week long, Mike. Down here in the tight red zone, you find yourself inside the 10-yard line. You're thinking, we've got to come away with a touchdown. Well, after that third down incomplete, it's going to be real interesting to see how they approach this fourth down after failing on third. There's nothing worse than having to settle for a field goal when you're in the red zone. So they roll the dice here, they leave the offense on the field, and boy, does it pay off. Great job by the quarterback extending this drive with his legs, and he sets up first and goal.
Now Allen, and he'll take it on in. Khalil Shakir, touchdown Bills. So the turnover turns into a quick touchdown, and Greg, that's exactly how you want your offense to take care of business.
Anytime your defense can create those sudden change situations, Mike, absolutely, you have to take advantage of it. 1 second, you're sitting on the bench going over your next drive. All of a sudden, after that turnover, you've got to be able to get out on the field and go. Take advantage of the short field, and results in a nice touchdown.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Brown now to return it. And he'll work this one past the 25 to right about the 28-yard line. The Lions offense ready to come back out for this next possession. And as we look back now, Greg, at how we got here, we got a ton of highlights of the offense so far. In particular, great passing.
Yeah, and if you want to score points in the NFL, Mike, there's no secret. You've got to do it primarily through the air, and with 3 touchdowns here so far, that's exactly what we've seen. It's been deep balls. It's been intermediate shots. It's been good run after catch. This has really been high-level offense on display right from the jump.
Straight ahead with Gibbs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Well, they try to get the run game started here early on this drive, Mike, and they're just going to have to do a better job up front. There's really nowhere for this ball carrier to go. You never want to lose yards on first down, but that's exactly the case here.
And this throw batted away and incomplete. The tight end, Sam Laporta, the intended receiver. Now it's going to be third down.
A rare miss for a quarterback that we've seen really come out on fire throughout this entire contest. I mean, his completion percentage, Mike, is well above league average, and frankly, it's really the biggest reason why they find themselves out in front.
That's right side and brought in by Williams. 6 catches for him in the ball game now, and this one's good for a first down.
All right, Mike, now it's getting to the point where it's almost becoming borderline disrespectful. Despite having this big lead here in the second half, they continue to take shots downfield. They are not content with just running this clock out and shaking hands and going off with a win. Truth be told, I think they're trying to embarrass them, and they're doing a pretty good job at it.
They move Laporta, sending him in motion. On the handoff, this is Gibbs. And nothing on that one, back to the line of scrimmage, and that is it.
These edge rushers, they are judged by their sack totals, Mike. They love to rush the passer. But they have responsibilities in the run game as well. Great job here, keeping it to no gain.
On second down, Goff. Under pressure, and down he goes. They got him. Matthew Judon in there for the sack.
Outside of a turnover, this was probably the worst-case scenario. Immediate pressure in his face with nowhere to go with the ball downfield. Just get the ball out of your hand. Live to play another down. Instead, he retreats backwards and leads to a massive loss.
Third and long. Now, Goff. And that is incomplete.
This offense has to find a way to be better on first and second down, Mike. Living in these third and long situations, must pass, is not a recipe that their offensive coordinator wants to operate in.
Here's Hardy to return. And he'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. On the ground, it's Cook to start this drive. He'll get in behind his blockers, get forward for a pickup of 3. Kirby Joseph there to make the play. 2nd and 7. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Now Allen. There's that man again. Another catch.
This is one of those throws where you're hoping you do most of the damage after the catch, but give credit to the defense. Once that ball was caught, they were on him quickly, and there was nowhere for him to go after the catch.
Allen on 3rd down. That one is batted away. Incomplete. No separation that time. Tightly defended. It brings up 4th down.
Pretty clear approach here, Mike. You're just trying to take advantage of the size of your tight end versus a smaller defender, and you're just saying box him out, go up for an offensive rebound, and get the ball at its highest point. In this case, it falls incomplete, but if they continue to get that matchup, this quarterback's not going to shy away from giving his big tight end a shot.
And he'll get forward a few yards on the return. And that's where the offense will take over. The Lions offense and their running back getting set for this next possession. And you have to imagine the defense is saying, how do we stop this guy? He has run roughshod through him to this point in the 3rd quarter. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They hand it to Gibbs. And he'll gain about 6 there as it's up past the 35-yard line. Throwing on 2nd down, Goff. Throwing left side, and it's taken in by Williams. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45.
Seemed like the receiver, Mike, ran through like 5 different open zones, but once he found the one that he liked, where the quarterback was expecting him, you see him do a nice job throttling down, secures the catch, and he's able to pick up a nice gain.
And that'll be a pickup of 3. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. They'll run with Gibbs. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You want to see linebackers play downhill, Mike, meaning there's not a lot of side-to-side pursuit. They're attacking the line of scrimmage, attacking the ball carrier. That's exactly what we saw out of this guy here. He's able to make the stop at the line of scrimmage and keep it to no gain.
And that is incomplete. He was looking for Jahmyr Gibbs out of the backfield. And it's going to be 4th down.
Well defended there. The quarterback's trying to attack this defense outside the numbers. Those really wide angle throws near the sideline sometimes can be very hard to defend, so give a lot of credit to this secondary. They were all on the same page, and the ball falls incomplete.
The visitors' offense make their way out to take over once more. They are in need of points in a big way as they set out on 1st and 10. Now it's Allen. Throwing right, it's taken in. It'll be taken down rather swiftly after a gain of just 3. Allen. A very quick throw there, but not on the same page with his target. That's incomplete. Trying to get it to Dalton Kincaid there. And 3rd down coming up. That's Palmer, the man in motion. On 3rd down, it's Allen. He gets this complete to Shakir. He had their lone touchdown of the game earlier, and he comes through with the catch and a 1st down in this spot.
And up until this point, we haven't seen a lot go their way, but here in the 3rd quarter, they're starting to find some plays. They're starting to get some opportunities. Just got to ask yourself if it's too little, too late.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. On 1st and 10, it's Cook. What more could you ask for on 1st down? Nice run of 8, setting up 2nd and short. So, both teams trade touchdowns in that frame as we get through the end of the 3rd quarter. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL on EA Sports. A short throw caught by Kincaid. And they'll pick up the 1st down, a gain of about 4.
Well, we'll give a little credit here defensively. Even though they allowed the 1st down, we've seen defenses really struggle bringing this big tight end to the ground, and they didn't allow him to pick up a bunch of yards after contact, but he was able to get just enough to pick up the 1st down.
And this offensive line just has no answers right now. It's another sack. It's Aiden Hutchinson, former number 2 overall pick, in there to bring him down. Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. From the shotgun, it's Allen. Looking middle, he's got to complete to Coleman. Here we go. And he's going to be taken down at the 30-yard line.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
That's Palmer, the man in motion. Throwing now. Allen here on 1st down. He'll get it inside the 20. And he's into the end zone. James Cook, touchdown Buffalo. Well, it's not going to be enough, but at least they find the end zone at the end of a hard week's work. At least a little payoff with a touchdown, Greg.
Mike, you can just chalk this one up in the column of too little, too late. Give credit to this offense for not going down without a fight, but they're not going to have enough time to find themselves back in this one.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. The kick is good. And the Bills are able to edge a bit closer.
Bills 14.
Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Brown now to return it. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. The home team's offense and receiver Amon-Ra St. Brown set for this next possession. And he's looking to finish strong. He has been unquestionably the star of the show, as they have just absolutely had no answer on the defensive side of the ball. On the ground to start, they give it to Gibbs. He'll work his way ahead for a gain of about 4. Here's a 2nd and 6. They move Laporta, sending him in motion. Goff gives it to Gibbs. And he'll get this close to the first down. It's a pickup of 4, but it still leaves 3rd and short. They'll try and run it here with Montgomery. And he's not going to get the first down. Met and brought down in the backfield. On 3rd and short, they do not get it done.
Well, this seems pretty straightforward. 3rd and 1, just dial up a run play and run straight downhill. But this defense had other plans. They were ready and expecting that run, and they're able to take the ball carrier down for a loss.
And not much doing there. They made sure he would not get free. The visitors' offense starting to trot out for this next possession. Things not looking good. But see if they get the turnaround going here. They'll start this drive with first down. From the gun, Josh Allen. This one complete to Palmer. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5. Here's Allen to throw. Pass complete right side to Kincaid. And that's going to be a first down. A pickup of 9.
Really nice job there to move the chains early in this drive, but now as they approach midfield, continue to keep your foot on the gas. Don't get conservative. Don't start sitting on the ball. Cross midfield and go. Anytime you find yourself in your opponent's side of the field, you have to be thinking points.
2nd down and 3. That's Palmer, the man in motion. Allen to throw. Throw to the sideline. Well done. Good job with the feet. Stays in bounds. It looks like, and yes, they do, have the first down. On the handoff, this is Cook. And he'll get 6 on this one, moving it inside the 40-yard line. On play action, Allen. Who else? Another catch for his favorite target. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line.
And this is a tricky part of the game for any defense. You find yourself protecting a late lead, and the age-old question is, do you remain aggressive? Do you try to just keep the ball from being thrown over your head and make everything be tackled and played in front of you? That's what every defensive coordinator struggles with, so they can't get too soft here as they try to hold on to this lead here late.
They'll keep it on the ground with Cook. And the Bills are going to have what looks to be a 1st and goal. He'll take this down to the 10-yard line.
Second down at these distances, Mike, you pretty much anticipate a pass, and I think that's what the defense was lined up thinking. In this case, they leave a little too much room on the ground, and the offense is able to pick up a first down.
This one caught at the 4.
And this is where the versatility of the tight end position really starts coming into play. Not only do they have to line up with their hand on the ground, but they can occasionally split out in the slot. And man, they're too fast for linebackers, and a lot of times they're too big for defensive backs.
He's going to lose yardage. How about the defense standing up in the red zone? They'll mark it at the 10.
We call them safeties because they're usually the last line of defense, but not here. On this play, he's up there at the line of scrimmage attacking the offense, and he takes him down for a negative play.
In motion, Shakir. On 3rd and goal, here's Allen. Quick throw here is complete.
I think this is one of those plays that when the ball carrier watches this back in the film room tomorrow, he's going to be a little frustrated with himself. If he could just have made that one guy miss, he picks up the first down. Instead, he gets brought down short of the sticks, and now they got a 4th down decision to make.
Now or never, they'll throw on 4th down. To the goal line and in. Joshua Palmer. Touchdown, Bills. Well, Greg, the light's still on way down at the end of the tunnel here. They are climbing back into this one with that touchdown here in the 4th quarter.
And they have a tall task ahead of them, Mike, but they have a chance. I mean, we've seen things happen. They got a 2-possession game here late. They're going to need a couple stops, and they're going to need a couple things to bounce their way.
Bass's kick is good. And the Bills back within a couple of scores. It's 35-21. Following the touchdown, Bass is back to kick it off. Brown now to return it. And he's brought down right at the 25-yard line. The Lions offense and the wideout getting set to go once more. And he's had some kind of game. They made it a point to get him involved early. Boy, did that pay great dividends to this point. From the 25, they'll go to work. 1st and 10. From the gun, here's Gibbs. A gain of 4 as he's taken down. Here's 2nd and 6. Here's Goff. To the right side, that's St. Brown. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one.
An interesting decision there by the play caller to put this ball in the air. Mike, you're up by 2 scores. Traditional wisdom says, hey, we're up by 2 scores late in the 4th quarter. We've got to keep this clock moving. You don't want to risk an incompletion. Now, they convert. They're able to secure the catch and pick up a fresh set of downs. That's going to enable them to continue to burn more clock. And without a stop, their opponent's not going to get the ball back. And what's that one thing you hear from coaches all the time, Mike, right? Finish strong, and he's doing just that. His numbers here in this one, they have been terrific. But he's going to give you a full 4 quarters, and I think at this point in the game, he knows there's even more yards to be had.
13 more on that carry. He is churning out the yards. And another 1st down.
2-possession lead, 4th quarter. This is the time, Mike, when you really can rely heavily on your run game. Everybody in the stadium knows you're going to run it, including the defense. They just can't come up with an answer to stopping it.
1st down, and they stick with Gibbs. They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Throwing here is Goff. That's right side and brought in by Williams. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line.
These are the kind of plays that when you draw them up on the chalkboard, Mike, they all look great. But if you can't protect long enough, you're never going to get the receiver. I mean, think, he started on the left side of the formation in the slot, and he has to run all the way across the field to the right third. I mean, that takes a lot of time. Let's give a lot of credit to the big guys up front.
And his fine afternoon on the ground continues. The last run going to put him up over 100 yards for this one. A run up the middle, it's Gibbs. And he'll get back maybe to the line of scrimmage, but probably going to be a loss of a yard here.
You know, at this point, the defense has to sell out and stop the run. You know exactly what the offense is trying to get accomplished by keeping the ball on the ground. But now the question remains, are they willing to take some risk here and put the ball in the air on third down? Or do they play it safe and keep running the clock by keeping the ball on the ground?
And he'll be taken down as the clock ticks towards 2 minutes to play. So 2 minutes left to play in the second half. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Here's a chance to put this game away. First down and goal. Here's Gibbs. And they are all over that on defense. Good surge. Drops him back. Let's put him at the 9-yard line. The task a bit tougher as they face second and goal. One more time. They tried Gibbs. He is in. Jahmyr Gibbs. Touchdown, Lions. 2 touchdowns for him now on the afternoon. And with that last touchdown, another milestone. He is the owner of the NFL record, the most total touchdowns by a running back in a single season. Here's Bates for the extra point. It's up and good. And the Lions will open it up even further here in this fourth quarter. So after the touchdown, it's Bates to kick this one away. Hardy now with the return. Across the 20, they'll mark him down before the 25-yard line. That's where the offense will take over. The Bills offense ready to get back at it. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Allen. He connects with Palmer on that one. And he'll be brought down up around the 38-yard line. The throw on the run is complete. And he's taken down inside the opponent's 35. Now a timeout, Buffalo. They're second. And they'll have a chance to talk things over after picking up that first down.
And at this point in the game, trailing by this much, you're just trying to get something positive going. And even if it doesn't alter the outcome of this week's game, Mike, you're trying to build on some things that you can take into next week's practice, build off of and learn from, and hopefully carry it into next week's game to hopefully have a lot better performance, especially here offensively. This is one of those situations that plays directly into the hands of the defense because think, Mike, they know this offense has to be one-dimensional. This has to be a pass. So what do? They bring in extra defensive backs. They clog up the back end. And at the end of the day, there's just nowhere for the offense to go with the ball.
Allen on 3rd down. Open man is Palmer. It's complete. And it looks like he's going to have the first down. The defense was right there, but a gain of 2. Good enough for the first down.
So on these play calls, Mike, on 3rd and inches, typically how it goes is we're going to try to take a shot. Then there's a medium zone option, and then the last resort is just pick up the first down with something underneath and get that fresh set of downs. So in this case, he settles for the underneath throw, but it's still enough to pick up the first down.
5 yards from the house. They've got it first and goal. And this is too far over the end line. It's incomplete.
They went for it all on that one and just a little bit off. Ball winds up hitting the ground. They've got to move forward. The opportunities are out there. Better execution, better location, and they got some big plays in their future.
They'll go play action here with Allen. They'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
You can feel them starting to press a little bit, especially with this passing game. They find themselves so close to the end zone, they got to get it over the goal line. You got to be a little bit more accurate. You got to be a little bit smarter with the ball. And right now, the timing, the spacing, it's just not matching up. Here's the quarterback doing everything in his power to extend this play, and none of his guys could get open. You got to see someone separate, work with your quarterback, go into scramble second reaction mode, and it's also give some credit to the back end doing a nice job plastering with their assignment, and he had no choice but to throw it away.
A final shot now for Allen. And this is going to be a touchdown. It's too little too late. They do get a bit closer as they score here in the final minute of play. That is yet another touchdown pass. What a game he is having, throwing his 4th touchdown score of the game.
It's one thing, Mike, to throw 4 touchdowns, but it's really the ease in which he's carved this defense up that has stood out the most. The defense has had no answers for this passing game, and he has just completely had his way with this group.
The extra point by Bass is good, and the Bills are able to cut into the deficit. Just 1 second, all that remains in the football game as the kick is away. The return team gonna let that one go. It'll go through the end zone. It's a touchback. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is first down and 10. They'll start this one on the ground with Gibbs. And he'll be brought down there, and that'll put a wrap on this one. Time has expired in this 4th quarter. So it's a win here for the Lions. And that's now 4 victories in a row as they continue to play as well as anyone in the NFL. So that'll do it for us. For Greg Olson and our terrific team behind the scenes, I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. Follow us on X at EA Madden NFL. It's a win for the Lions as we say so long from downtown Detroit.